So all you need today for this painting that we're going to do is your primary colors of red, yellow, and blue, and some green and brown and some white, and you can put some black on there too if you want. These have really nice bristles and they're great for your trees and your bushes, and this is going to be used for your background, okay? And then we have a flat synthetic brush, chiseled edge, and I have a flat a Filbert brush, which is chiseled edge and synthetic, and I also have a liner brush. So now I think I'd like to have kind of an orangey background because the boots I'm going to make are going to be a greenish color, and green and red are complementary to each other, so orange would be really nice also. So you can make your own orange like this, or you can pick up some orange out of a bottle. Okay, so it's up to you. If you're going to make orange with red, just put more yellow than orange, and you'll get a nice orangey color. If you get too much red, it'll just be kind of a reddish. So why don't we just put on that color? Nice, look at that. See how it's not totally mixed, so you can add yellow now, right? See? And that way we can have our colors sort of mottled a little bit. You don't have to have the one color. So you can put yellow on like that, and that will separate from the orange that you just made, and you'll have different values. You can also, there we go. You can also add a bit of white to brighten it up a bit too. Look. See, just going with different red, yellow. Make orange first, because if you don't, you probably get too much red. And then you can put some white in there. You don't want it to turn too pink. We're trying to keep an orangey color, so we'll go with some more yellow here to brighten up a small bit. There we go. Nice. Not too much white, because it'll turn it pink. We don't really want pink. So, more yellow. Say the light is over here. So we need to have a light source. It helps with knowing where you're going to put your lights. So we'll get some more orange here. See, if you put on too much red, it'll just turn red. Mix up your orange first. A little bit of red and lots of yellow. Alright? So we don't want that to be too red. We want more of an orangey color. Alright, there we go. It's a nice background. And we will add some white to the edge over here just to brighten it up. Trying not to get too much pinkish color there. There we go, that's better. Nice and bright over in that corner there, just to give us a light source. You can always come back and change it up. It's not bad. It's not bad. Let's try adding a little bit of white. Right, just a little bit here. Because I'm finding it's a little bit dull. I want to brighten it up a little bit. There we go. Just started from the top and brought it down. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Trying to stay away from turning pink on me. Get it while it's still wet, okay? Make sure your paint is still wet when you do this, because you'll only cover up what you had done with white, and that won't look as nice. I'm just throwing on some white. There we go. Because the paint is wet, that will blend in nicely. Good. That's better. That's what I want. I don't want it too orangey, but yet I want some different shades of yellows and those colors. So I'm just going to take this as a table, somewhere for the boots to land. So down here, I'm going to have some burnt sienna, some red. Look, I'm not even going to mix them. Just going to put it down here and give that kind of a table look, a cherry table or something, you know. There we go. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. I'm just adding some burnt sienna, then I'll go back into my red. So red and burnt sienna, then you can mix. I didn't really mix it anywhere, I just put burnt sienna, and then I went into red, so burnt sienna, and then I go into the red. I like mixing my paints like this. Good. I think I'm going to add some yellow. I'm going to add some yellow just to brighten it up a little bit on this side. I'm just taking a pile of it. Some people say, well, how do you know how much paint to put on your brush? Well, if I want I tell you now, if I want my paint to be really wet and light, and I want to lighten up areas, I'll add a lot to my brush. See? It's a lot, isn't it? See? Because that will mix in, right? When you're working with wet paint, it's good to put on a lot because you want it all to blend. You can do this, or you can use magic white. I haven't used magic white in this one because I don't need to use it too much on a smaller canvas. It's only when I'm using a larger canvas and I want everything to blend beautifully. This is blending beautifully. Now I'm using a lot more paint than I would if I was using magic white, but I just decide. There's times I use it and times I don't. You know, you decide yourself. Large areas and lots of blending. You know, this would be nice to have magic white on this, but I just decided not to. That's all. It's up to you. Blending nicely. I'm going to drag that right across here because I'm just going to have a kind of like as if it's a shadow or something, but I'm just going to add more, just kind of bring it down. Add some white to kind of lighten it up right here. There we go. Nice, isn't it? That's pretty. That is pretty nice. You can get a little pattern of some boots, and or you can draw them freehand. And draw your boots first. Make sure your background is nice and dry, okay? And just draw them out on a piece of paper first. Even if you're doing a freehand, draw it out on a piece of paper first. Alright, so you draw it out. I got paint on my hands, so I end up getting it on the paper, if that's what you're wondering what that is. See? And then I use carbon paper. And I put that underneath here. And then I used a pen and I traced out the... Because you got to draw it first to make sure you got the shapes correct, okay? Because you try to do it on your canvas, and you know you could ruin it. It'd be hard. So get your shapes first, and there we go. And then you got your boots drawn. So word of advice: do not draw certain objects on your canvas first, right? I would suggest if you're doing things like the boots or a portrait or a person or an animal, you're better off drawing it first on a piece of paper. Get it to the size you want, and then you can transfer it to your canvas and with confidence. So I'm just going to use a synthetic brush, just a small or a medium brush, whatever that you like. And I'm going to paint these green right down to the tops of where I want to end, and then I'll fill that in with other colors. Alright, so let's make a green. You can make your own green, or you can certainly use any color green that you want. So I got a green here, it's kind of dark, so I'm just going to lighten it up with some white. The color I want. Okay, that's kind of nice. That's a nice color green. Right. So let's just fill that in. You can go over the line so you can get rid of the line. Good. Now, you could also put your boots on first and then do your background, but so either way, you can do it either way. I just picked it this way so to show you how to do a background first. Alright. Because with your background in the back like this, it's possible you're probably going to get it coming through. So what you can do then is have to do a couple of coats, that's all. A couple extra coats. Or you can paint the boot white first. And then paint over it with your green. Well, I have white in my green, so that's going to be a little more opaque now. But if your green is really transparent, you're almost better adding white to your green, or paint your boot white first and then paint over it with your green. It'll make your green brighter too. So we're going to come down to about here. The top of the boot. I have a reference photo here that you can, I want to use them for reference. I probably won't, it probably won't look a lot like it, so, but it'll help you. So I'm adding lots of white to my green so that I can make it more opaque. Because we can always put shadows in that in after, okay? So you can see me putting the white right on top of it. But as long as the paint is wet, you're okay, alright? You'll be okay as long as the paint is wet. But if that dries and you put white over it, it's just going to turn white. Just using chiseled edge here to get over that line. There we go. Now it's important to get the shape, because if you don't get a good shape, then it won't look like a boot. Right now it doesn't have the shadows in it to give it that boot look, so there we go. You see that sometimes I put the color on that's not exactly as what it was. That's fine. I like different tones anyway in my paintings. Don't like just a flat green. So that's going to add some extra values. If I wanted them one color, I would have mixed up a bunch of that's one color and then put it on. But you don't see me do that very often. we go, there's one. That's one. So if you add lots of white to your green, that will make it nice and opaque and bright. Yep, just fill it in first. There we go. We want to cover up that line there. If you go outside line, we can always adjust that after. Put some more background color on, or we'll fix it. Not too worried too much. Just be loose. You go outside the line, that's fine. There we go. Good. Now, next step is to do the bottoms and tops of the boots. And we'll come back to that after, okay? Because I'll let that dry so we can see where else we're going to go with it. That's your base coat or color, or whatever you want to call it. All right. I'm going to put an orangey color on the bottom of the boot here. More yellow than, I'm just going to go back into my yellow, really brighten it up. I add white to that because, as you can see, it's pretty transparent. So we'll get that. All right. A little bit of red to give it an orangey look. Can't let it blend in with the background. That's the only thing. Gotta make sure it's brighter than the background. Right. Around the back here. We'll do the other one. That's why it's important to get your lines there, because then you can follow it. And right, good. And the top part is the same, kind of an orangey color, but more yellow because we don't want it to blend in with that top. You can have any color boots you want. They can be blue, green, darker green, any color, purple, red. You decide on your background then, see? Decide. If your boots are going to be dark, make sure your background is light. If your boots are going to be light like this, make sure your background is darker. All right. Yellow. This is just getting it started now, so I might redden that up a little bit more in a minute. So I don't want it to blend in with the background, so just trying to get something in place, that's all. Not too worried about it yet. Just trying to see what, you know, if I got the shapes right, if it's coming together okay, you know, that way, right? Now what I'm thinking is I might go with red for the trim because the background's orange, so I don't want to blend in with that. And I think the red will really stand out. I'm just going to go right into my red. Just see what that looks like. I might change my mind yet, I'm not sure, but I'm going to just use the chiseled edge of your brush to make it a bit easier for you to get that on there. Yeah, I like that better. Just going to do the bottom part here and leave that yellow for a top. Now, that looks better. And I think I'm going to do the same with the bottom here. I think I'm going to make some red in here instead. I think that'd be cute. Hard to see it. Let's do it anyway. Then we'll decide what else we're going to do. See, if you get stuck and you're not sure what to do, put some color on it anyway. Just do something. Just get it started. Put color on. You can always change it. With acrylics is great. You can always change it because once it dries you can paint over it. But at least you got everything in place. Now pushing too hard, that's why I'm getting those that top there, you know, it's all wonderful. Gotta keep my hands steady. Keep my hands, that's kind of nice. I like the red. I think the red is cute, isn't it? Maybe I'll add some white. And I will get kind of a pinkish color. And maybe, just experimenting now. Put a little bit of a pinkish top up here. See, you can do whatever you want because it's your world. Right? Whatever you want to do, it's yours. It's your decisions. Right? Don't have to go by the reference photo. Just use it as a guide. And you can do whatever you want. Whatever colors you want. Whatever size boots you want. Right? In here, what am I going to do in here? Let me see. Maybe some pink. When you see the reference photo, you'll see that I did use the reference photo to help me get the boots and some of the color, but I didn't stick with it, right? I made my own decisions on what colors I wanted to use. Because sometimes a reference photo, when you paint it, it doesn't come out the same. You know, it looks good on a photograph, but when you're trying to paint it, the colors may not be what you want. It may not suit your background, you know. I like this. I like these colors. You know, it's almost like a, That'd be a nice picture on your, I don't know, like in a something outdoors. Could be a mailbox or, I don't know, a flower pot. You know, something different. Maybe for a kid's room or something. I don't know, just different. Alright. Now we get some color going on there. That's nice. Clean off my brush, and I'm going to put a bit of red here so that when it dries I'll know where it is. Ah, lovely. So cute. So if you got a light side, that means light would be over around here, right? But I want to put some shadows on there a little bit for now. So I'm going to take my green, right? So make a bit of a darkish green. So we can have a shadow. It might be a bit too dark, so we'll just brighten it up a little bit with some white. I don't want it to be too dark. But anyway, then we have to have a shadow on this side. The paint is still wet. That's why I'm working now on the boot while it's still wet, because that way you can blend it. See? I can blend it in, see? So as you move in, don't put any more paint on your brush. Just get it. Just get some shadow going on there, that's all. Let's get some shadow. Oops. A bit of shadow here because that boot is probably covering up that bit of light that's coming in. I don't know. But look what I just did. I just took some of my pink up here by accident. So you won't feel so bad when you do these kind of things, because it happens, right? Take a bit of white. If you got any pink on it, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to take a bit of white. Bring that down here and brighten it up a bit more now, because I'm after darkening it up a bit much. I'm trying to create a roundness to the boot. Just adding some white, maybe a bit of yellow. Turn it a bit light green. There we go. So you have to play with it. A nice shadow going on there. Now that's nice. I'll put a shadow on the other side. So your green again, the darker green again. Now we'll clean up the edges and do all that after. Alright. Let's just get this on here. So there's your shadow. Just moving it in without adding more paint, just so that it'll blend, so it transitions right into the other side of the boot there, like that, see? If the paint over here is wet, then that will blend nicely. If the paint over here is not wet, you'll have to add some more paint, okay? Got a little bit of white there to brighten it up a bit. Maybe a little bit around here. gives it a little more definition, see? Now, same with here. The light shining on it there, the light shining on it here. The light shining on it over here. Nice. Nice. There's a bit of light going on here. And here. I did it again. No problem. Okay. So those whites, they really make the boot stand out, see? I'm going to add more white. Clean off your brush and get a bit more white, maybe a little bit of yellow with it. And then add it to the top here. There we go. Now that red pink, we're going to darken that pink up a bit so we can have a shadow on that side. Just take some red and add a little bit of white to it instead of a lot, and that you'll get a nice dark, a reddish tone, and with a little tiny bit of blue. That'll deepen it. Alright, see, it's nice there like that, see? And then you can add a bit of shadow here. Use the corner of your brush to get those little parts there. And the chiseled edge of your brush too. Come in here. I made a mistake up there. It should be dark yellow, not purple up there. Okay, so it should be like this. Your dark color here for your shadow. And then you darken up your yellow. Don't put the red up there like that. That was an accident. That was a boo-boo. It's not a happy accident, that's for sure. Alright, so you just come in until it all fades into each other. See, the shadows really helps stand out more, right? And I'll fix that yellow part there. So think about 3 values, all right? 3 values. So you got your dark, medium, and light, okay? And we need a little bit of light down here. So I'm just going to go with a very light pink. Very light pink, red, and white. Get a nice light pink right there. See it? There it is. And then just add that for the light source on this edge here. You can bring some over a little bit further if you want. Here. And another bit of white. So you can get a little bit of light down here. A little bit of light down here. Makes a big difference when you add these little lights and highlights. That's why you need to know where your light is coming from. Because you wouldn't know where to put these lights if you didn't. See, it stands out so much more now, right? Good. Now, I have to fix this up here, but you know what? If you got some mistakes up there, you can cover it up with flowers. So I'm going to put a shadow under my boots. I'm going to put blue and red for a nice deep shadow color. Purple is always a nice shadow color. And the light's coming in from here, so the shadow will be over this way, right? Need it be even deeper. I'm going to add a bit of burnt, I think I'm going to add a bit of burnt sienna or something to really darken it. See that? I want it really dark. Because the table's a bit dark, it's hard to see the shadow. So you come right under the boot. Then you can straighten that out if it's crooked or if it doesn't look right. Right, and then you can come over. See that? So make your shadow as dark as you can. There's going to be a bit of a shadow here too. I want to put a bit of a shadow right under the boot here because it look like it's sitting on the table. And then we'll start coming out with the shadow. That's good. I think that's good. You know, you can make it a little bit wider, I'm not sure. Don't want to mess it up on you. You have to experiment sometimes, but sometimes experimenting can really throw it off and make a mess, and I don't want to do that to you. So that's cute little boots. When we add some flowers now. So let's get our flat brush again. I've been using this synthetic flat brush for almost everything so far, but when we get into some flowers I might want to change it up, okay? So what we're going to do is just put some leaves on there first. So I'm going to make my blue and yellow, alright? I'm going to mix them together so I can get a greenish color. Alright, so I'm not even going to totally mix it, I just got, like, see that? And I'm going to make some leaves, just some, I don't know, just some like that. Just push them on like that, just so it looks like add a little bit of red to that, just to give it some color. Just some falling down, falling down. Alright. See? Just some leaf, just tap, touch, 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 touch. Let me get some more leaves going on here. It's a bit too light so you can't see it as much. See, just on your chiseled edge, just touch. Like that. You can touch and push in, touch and push in, touch and push in. Add a little bit of red, a bit of orange if you want, just for some color. Right? Touch. Touch, touch, touch. Just making kind of a mess. Because there's going to be flowers going over this, but we want something in the background. So I'm going to be adding more leaves after. So see, you can put them right over your boot. Touching, touching. Just want to get something there to get it started. As you can see, we get started and then we finish, you know, then we can straighten them up, fix them up, make them look really nice, right? I want some hanging down here too. You don't want them to be too round either, do we? You can layer them on top of each other. I'm just going into different colors, yellows, just going kind of mixing in colors like that. Just tapping. If it gets too light on me, I'll add a bit of extra greens. There's some falling down. Oh boy, that's cute. That's so cute. All right, let's see if we can add some flowers now. All right, sticking with our flat brush, let's put some blue and white. Just tap into it like that. See? Maybe we can make some, just tap them on. Just a few little ones hanging down. Nothing too serious yet. You can add whatever flowers you want. All right. Isn't that cute? Maybe there's a couple coming down here like this. So make sure you get the two colors so that you got contrast, so that one stands out, and, right? See? Some white. Just tap, 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 tap. One can be longer than the other. Tap, tap, tap. Just tapping some white on top there. Just a couple little strings. We don't need too much there. And I'm just trying to come up with some pretty flowers. How about some pink? So we'll go with red. Red and white. And we'll make a circle. Like that. And then we'll go with some white. Just go forward C, backward C, forward C, backward C. And all of a sudden you got this pretty little flower. So we'll just add a few of those because they're pretty simple. You do red first if you like. Just maybe a couple of red ones. All right. Backward C, forward C, backward C, forward C. Go in with your white. Backward C, forward C, backward C, forward C. Nice. Make a few of those. Pretty. Let's make a blue one. Let's go in with a dark blue first. Backward C, forward C, backward C, forward C. And then we get white. Backward C, forward C, backward C, forward C. See how easy they are? Aren't they cute? And they're nice too, aren't they? Let's do another one. Yay! Let's see, maybe there's one down here. Backward C, forward C. See, we do that, you kind of get that shape of a kind of a rosy color. And then white. Backward C, forward C, backward C. There we go. There we go. Good. All right. Let's try some white. Try some white. Let's see, let's see. Maybe we'll do the same thing over here. Backward C, forward C, backward C, forward C. There's just colors mixed in with that, but that's fine. That gives it some shadow. Backward C, forward C. When that dries, we can add some more. Nice. This one here, I'm just going to touch and touch. And I'm going to touch and touch. Do some more of those. I might do one up here. Touch, touch, and touch, and touch. Another one over here. Touch and touch. One here. Touch and touch. Let's see. Maybe there's something up here. Touch and touch. I'm just touching and pushing in. Getting all kinds of pretty flowers. Touch and touch. I want some more red ones too, right? Over here, so it'll all match. So backward C, forward C. I already have some white on my brush. And there we go. It's pretty, isn't it? What other colors can we do? How about orange? I have some orange here. Where are you? Let's see what orange looks like. It might look weird, but let's see. Maybe touch and touch. Add some white to that so you can see it. That dries, I'll add more. Maybe, what other things can we put in there? Alright, let's get a long liner brush out for now, and we'll go and go through our yellow and our blue, and make some, these coming out here. Cute, isn't it? Make a few of those. Make some stems for the flowers. A few of these coming out here. There we go. That's cute. Just bringing these little lines out here. Like there's little leaves on them. Nice. Maybe there's some hanging down here. So all these little things makes it cute, doesn't it? All that hard work you did to the top there is gone now. But it's fun. It's so much fun. I like these hanging down like this, do you? I like that, that's cute. Now what else do we want to do? I wonder, should we add more leaves in between the flowers to thicken them up a bit? And then add a few more flowers. And that's it then. I mean, you don't really need, let's see, get them green. Nice and green. Add a little bit of red. I like red. Maybe add some more of these nice, like that, see? Touch. Touch. Because the ones in the back we made were messy, but that's the one to get us started. Now you want to make nice leaves, right? So you just take your brush, your flat brush, and you put color on it. You can put some red in there if you want, whatever colors you want. And then you on your chiseled edge, you touch, and you sit down, and you stand up. Touch, sit down, stand up. Maybe some more yellow would be nice. Touch, sit down, and stand up. See how I'm mixing my colors any old way at all. Just see, but I'm not making mud, am I? I'm not going to make no mud. Touch on your chiseled edge. So get a chiseled edge by going through your paint like that and get a chiseled edge. Okay? And then on your chiseled edge, find a spot that you want to do. I think it'd be nice here. Touch and pull. And so get your chiseled edge again. Touch, sit back, and relax. Look at the colors I just pulled through then. I put some red and burnt sienna and white, a little bit of blue. Let's see what color that comes out. Nice. Nice. Touch, sit back, stand up. Looks pretty, doesn't it? I think a few more flowers would be nice though, do you? Maybe smaller ones. Maybe little tiny ones. Let's try just a few little ones. Just get a smaller flat brush or angular and whatever you got there. Not to worry. And so I got some yellow here. Some yellow. See, you can get a couple of yellow ones in there. So let's do no, yellow is so transparent, you know. I'm going to add a bit of white. Could be kind of white yellow. You have to experiment to see what way it's going to come out. So these little yellow ones are nice. Look. Kind of like little yellow leaves. That's okay. There we go. Just put these little white yellow leaves. White and yellow. The more we have, the better. All you got to do is the same thing, okay? You just on your chiseled edge and sit back. Chiseled edge, sit back. All right. I want to put them in spots that's a bit open and vacant. They look like little. Look, all you got is touch, 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 touch. You're still on your chiseled edge sitting back, okay? I love doing these little flowers and things like this. It's fun. Because you're not, I don't know, you're not kind of saying, oh, I don't have that shape of that flower correct, or, you know, if you're into flowers, you can certainly practice and get a perfect flower and roses and all that stuff. But with things like this, it's kind of, it can be sort of an abstract. I'm just going to put some whites here like that. Just kind of tap, tap, tap. Just add some white onto your dirty brush, and that way you can have some little white flowers falling down. Look at that. That's cute. And we'll do one more thing. I said I was going to try and get some, I'm going to go with an orangey reddish color. I just dipped in some yellow, a little bit of red, a little bit of white. I'm going to try and get a little tiny rose in here. There we go. Backward C, forward C. Alright. See any other places we could use a rose? Here. Backward C, forward C. See how quick that was? A little bit of red, a little bit of white. And we'll do one, let's put a little center in here while we're thinking about it. See? Alright, so backward C, forward C. Where else? Nice red one down here, be nice. Backward C, forward C. Backward C, forward C. Good. Oops, sorry, that was a boo-boo. What's this one here? Let's get cleaned it up a bit. If you see some that you don't like, just go back over them like that. See? Look. Am I overdoing it now, do you think? But this is so much fun. Like, you can't stop once you start seeing things happening. You're like, oh, wow, I love that. That's cute, isn't it? I think I'm going to brighten up that white flower, that big one I made there, because it doesn't seem to be nice and bright. So I'm just going to do my backward C over here. My forward C over here. Do I lose my shadows? So if I lose my shadows, I'll put them in. Okay, I lost my shadows, so I'll put in a little bit of blue, and I'll go backward C and forward C. When that dries, I'll add more white too, because that's not what I want. Okay, so we'll work on that after. But I was thinking, put a bit of orange on my brush and a little bit of white at the tip, and try to make a little bit of a tiny tulip. I can't find any room. I can't find any room for my tulip. Well, I can't find any room, so we'll leave it out. Alright, so you can put tulips in there if you want. You know, so this one here is getting on my nerves. Oh boy. My one flower that I don't like. I was almost finished. That's what happens. Do you ever notice that sometimes in your paintings? There's always one little thing that really bothers you. And you can't fix it no matter what you do. The only other thing you can do then is paint over it and start over. But because of the video, I'm just going to leave that. And you can go ahead and do yours. Alright, that's not bad. That's so cute, isn't it? Is that nice? I like it. I don't think there's anything else you can do. I mean, you can add a few little petals that fell on the floor or something, you know, little dabs of color. They're falling down, aren't they? So you could add a few little petals like that. And you could, I might ruin it now, but you could add some baby's breath to it if you want. Get your bristle brush out with your 1 inch if you got one, or, you know, a bristle. Make sure the bristles are opened. Dip into some white. Like that. See, there's barely any on it, okay? Because I don't want to ruin this. And just put some baby's breath in between. Alright? In between, down around here. That little bit of white gives a nice little boost. This is your booster. We talked about a boost for your booster shot for your paintings. This is a booster shot for your painting. Just little bits of white, as if it was baby's breath. All right. So that's it. I'm not going to do too much more. See, that paint is wet, so I don't want to ruin it. I don't know if my head got in the way that time. But see that? All those little things really make it so nice. Oh, they're so pretty. I think it's pretty. I hope you like it. That's about it. I'm not going to play around too much more there. Now I don't want to do anything, you know, that's, you know, you could straighten up some of this here. But I like it. I like it because it's loose. It's not, you know how sometimes you're trying to make everything so perfect that you just work and work and work at it and you end up getting frustrated. So this, I like this because it's loose and it's just nothing, you know, that's perfect. You know, it's not a perfect flower. It's not a perfect boot. It's not nothing, you know, there's some edges hanging out over here that should be straightened up. I'm going to leave it because I like it. I like that little bit of that looseness where I don't have to worry about it, but yet it's still pretty. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this painting, and it was pretty fast. And let me know in the comment section, you know, if you liked it and how you made out with it, or send your painting to AllisonPryor@yahoo.com. I'd love to see your paintings. And that's about it for now. Just subscribe and give me a like, and that will help my channel so that I can do more paintings for you, and let me know if you got any requests. So that's it for now. So you guys have a great day, and happy painting from Allison Pryor. Bye. Well, thank you for painting along with me. I hope you enjoyed that painting. And if you did enjoy that painting, leave a comment below in the comment section. Let me know what you liked about that painting. What part of that painting did you like? What was your favorite part? And if you have any questions about brushes or paints or anything about the painting itself, just email me at AllisonPryor@yahoo.com or leave a comment down below. And I will see you in the next video.